I think while we're here, next song I'll play is Pumpkin Patch, which you can find on Spotify by the Solar Power Bard.
I didn't know you did music.
I do, yeah. That was my last track that I did for the the Cyberpunk 2077, like new radio station. I didn't make it, but that was the track I submitted.
Yeah.
Um, and then on Halloween of last year, I'll bring our faces back, but on oh well, I'll let you chill. On Halloween, of last year, I made a track called Pumpkin Patch, which is like this
Nice.
goth punk fucking hacker anthem. So we'll play that while we're waiting for everyone to start.
Fantastic. And yeah, you can put my beautiful smiling face up on the screen if you want to.
Beautiful.
I just had to like sit and adjust myself in the seat. Hey.
Right.
Hello, all of our loyal viewers.
Right.
It is I,
I think they're also
Fire
taking
and Bone.
notes.
Oh no, that's fine. But hey, if people want to throw questions in the chat, we can certainly answer them. In addition to playing in this, I actually like run a couple other games, so
Oh
I'm
yeah,
happy to answer
shield,
questions.
shield.
But yeah, so I can answer questions about like world lore. I also have like the book nearby. We can talk about like random things, just because I needed my coffee. That was the big thing.
I get that. I get that.
It's a good time for a break. But yeah, I hope everyone in the chat's enjoying so far. Being the de facto leader is a lot of pressure sometimes. But,
Right?
you know, these mistakes are how I learn to operate in Night City. It's been fun. This is getting very interesting.
That dog emoji in the chat actually made me think of something. It isn't a question, but I'm gonna go off on a tangent because I like to info dump. In the Cyberpunk RED setting, you can't. So, like, they've got different technologies than they have, so you can do a body sculpt to basically look however you want, right? Like, get taller, get thinner, and stuff like that. You can also get an exotic body sculpt to look like a humanoid animal, dragon, like kind of
Right.
robotic thing. It doesn't give you any sort of benefits. So yeah, I saw that little dog thing. Like, you can make yourself look like a dog person if you want. You can make yourself look like a
Yeah,
werewolf.
100%.
And one of the supplements actually gives you packages that you can buy from Biotechnica that describes all of the various bonuses that you can get for
Nice.
as a package. It is great.
Oh
Yeah, I think a Ripper Doc pit stop is in order in the near future.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for sure. Welcome in, Ruby. And Rat King Ghoulie. Good to see you out here. Good to see you out here. I'm gonna get you both shouts. Ruby's dope. Ruby plays Cyberpunk. Ruby plays a lot of games. They are a firecracker of a human being, a wonderful human being. You definitely should follow them.
All right.
And then Rat King's your friend, right? Fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. He's in a couple of games of mine, so this is probably the first chance he's getting to see me as a player, and the absolute chaotic mess that can be. But no, he's a good friend of mine. He also has his own Twitch streams where he does like plays games and all sorts of other fun stuff like that. So yeah, follow him, check him out if you want, and maybe someday, when either during this campaign, if someone can't make it, or in the future, you'll get to see and hear him as well.
100%. And I need to get my bot up, but you guys are great. You guys are great. Thanks for being here. For real, for real. Get you that shout out too.
Yeah, the exotic body sculpts are wicked cool. There's a couple of them that you can afford right at the beginning, so that you can look like a cat boy or a cat girl. You can look like a bunny person. It's really cool. The interface, I think it's in Interface RED 2 that they put it out. I'm like 90% sure, because they're the exclusive content for that. And it's wicked neat because when you buy that package, it automatically includes therapy as part of like the month-long procedure you went through. So instead of taking a massive amount of humanity loss from getting like a lot of really cool cyberware, you start out with the minimum loss
Nice.
instead. So yeah, like we had one of my players, Naga, he started out with it. So he started out as like a snake man. He had the ability to like smell like different things. He had like night vision, all sorts of like wicked cool stuff just from the get-go. It was really cool.
That's pretty sick. That's
Yeah,
pretty sick.
gotta start taking advantage of that. Quick aside before we get started again. I happened to have watched an improv show last night involving D&D. It's called D&D Improv. So it was
Nice.
yeah, it was really cool. At Dad's Garage for anyone who's located in Georgia. Come check them out. They do it weekly, I think. But
Nice.
yeah, been trying to get these tabletop game wheels turning. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, do it up. If you go on YouTube, this is plugging for like a professional company who are just great. Look up Dimension 20. They're done by Dropout, who are Brennan Lee Mulligan is like my inspiration as a game runner because he's just so fantastic at it. They basically do live plays and actual plays. Kind of like the situation we do with YouTube, where after the fact they kind of like go through production, add sound effects and stuff like that. But all the people who play with him are the game runners themselves, like professional writers, improv people, actors, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is like an absolutely wonderful channel. Great writing, and definitely check it out.
what
Dope.
dimension?
Dimension 20.
Dimension 20.
20. Yeah, that's perfect.
Actually, while you were talking, I was thinking about there's this podcast I found on Spotify a long time ago. I never got to reach out to them, but I did listen to their podcast, and they were very fun. It's called the Fast and the Furriest, excuse me. And they are like fully out animal modded edge runners.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't listened
It's
to
like
it,
a
though.
racing team, so it's an interesting little thing. It's a little duo, and it's a great podcast. Also, other podcasts that I listen to that you might vibe with. There is No Latency, which I'm sure I don't need to show that, but No Latency
That's
is
it.
great.
Yeah, I've been listening to that on and off.
It's great. And Cyberpunk Edge of Extinction, you can find them on YouTube. They're also extremely well. They have great sets, great story. Same, both of those. No Latency and Edge of Extinction, which you can find on YouTube for Edge of Extinction and Cyberpunk Edge of Extinction, and
Yeah.
Spotify for Fast and Furious and No Latency.
Another one, it's actually a bunch of games into it, is Cyberpunk Uncensored. I think
Oh
that's the right name.
yes.
Yeah, I actually play with a few of those people, not on like a stream, but just like I
Mhm.
joined a random game and it's an offline game. We're not recording it or anything. So I'm just like, oh, hey, these people are really cool to play with. I'm having a lot of fun here. And
Nice.
then like a couple months down the line, I check out this, Cyberpunk
Mhm.
Uncensored. Cool. I see some of the people I'm playing with on there. I'm like,
Nice.
dude, this is great.
Nice. Just to let everyone know, the last track that was played is Grid Surfing, and that was another track that I made. All of the tracks that you're hearing have been coded in Ruby, the programming language.
Crazy.
So some good old technomancy out here. The next one is Digital Desert. I think this is the last one I got to, stall for time.
Now that's versus Ruby, who is currently in our chat that we gave the shout out
Right,
to.
right. Which hey, just as musical
Hey,
and magical.
I get the reference now.
You
It's
know?
great. That would be
You
a
know?
great handle,
It would. It would.
right? You always find the best handles when you're not thinking about the handles for your character and you're never going to remember them.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I heard Cassidy laugh. I think he's back.
me too. Me too.
Back. I'm back.
He's out here scheming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. I was just trying to figure out like what type of place I want you, because I kind of had two ideas in my head about where Mira is gonna direct you guys, but I think there's one that's a little more interesting than the other, so I think that's what I'm making.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Harry's on the way to Little Europe. And she's gonna tell Lookout to head